Okay, it's January 22nd, 2023, and welcome to the second ever episode of Coach Rob Canucks Thoughts. And what we talked about in episode 1 happened this morning. I was actually at work and I checked my phone on the short break and I got a message from one of my friends, Lucas, who's in one of the streams I normally watch, and he's one of the moderators in a couple streams I'm in. And he said, "Hey Rob, it's official. The Canucks have made the change." So Bruce Boudreau was officially fired today. I like to use the term relieved of duties or released. I don't like the term fired. Fired is, to me, something when somebody did something bad. So he was relieved of his duties. He did nothing wrong. And here's a bit of the history on Bruce Boudreau. As we know, he was hired on December 6, 2021, and fired today, January 22nd, 2023. And it's interesting, we talked about this yesterday. They hired Jim Rutherford just 3 days later on December 9th, 2021, right? And they hired the general manager, Patrick Alvin, on January 26, 2022. So of course, Jim Rutherford is the president of the operation, and Patrick Alvin is the coach. Sorry, not the coach. He's the general manager. So Bruce finishes his tenure in Vancouver with 103 wins, 50 losses, 103 games coached, 50 wins, 40 losses, 13 overtime losses. And it breaks down a year ago in the 2021 season. He was with us for 57 games. He had a record of 32 wins, 15 losses, and 10 overtime losses. And this year he was 46 games coached, 18 wins, 25 losses, and 3 losses in overtime. So his all-time record is here. I got it right here somewhere. The all-time record. He was all-time record 20th place on the all-time NHL list with 617 wins, and all-time record for games coached. He was 1,087 games coached. He's been 15 seasons in the league altogether. We're sad to see him go, but it's not the reason. I don't think people are upset that they're making a change. It's the way it was all handled, right? Like this whole thing by hiring the GM and the president after the coach is kind of weird for me. And they say that when they hired Bruce Boudreau, we all know he was given like a 2-year deal, a 1 year and an option year for this year, both a coach option and the player and the team option. And apparently Jim Rutherford was unaware of this. But I don't see how you could be taking over a job and not being aware. So that's it for Mr. Boudreau. I would have liked to seen him stay. I was in tears last night when he left. But yeah, so that's it. Bruce, there it go, or Bruce, there it is. And anyway, the man they're bringing in is Rick Tocchet, and they're also bringing in another. Trent Cole was also let go today by the Vancouver Canucks, one of the assistant coaches. He'd been with us for a couple of seasons, and the man they're bringing in has an impressive player resume, which we'll get to in a sec. His all-time coaching record is right here as coach. He's been 6 years in the NHL with a few different teams. 178 wins, 200 losses, and 60 overtime losses, 416 points. And did I write down? I thought I wrote it down. Yeah, so for games coached at 438 games coached in his career, that's 89th on the all-time list. And then the wins at 178, he has that brings him 93rd place on the all-time list. and we mentioned Bruce was second place. The other coach they're bringing in with Rick Tocchet is a guy by the name of Adam Foote, right? And he coached. He hasn't coached in the NHL yet, and I like this addition because he did coach in the Western Hockey League a couple years back as a head coach for the Kelowna Rockets. So the reason why I like this coach so much is he knows the market. He knows BC is really hard on players and teams as far as like wanting to win, like more so than other things. Like he'll get recognized when he walks in the supermarket, like here, right? Like most of the coaches and players will. But if you're in Minnesota, like not so much, like, right? And the other assistant coach I hired is Sergei Gonchar, and what I understand so far, he's going to be like a distant coach. Like he's not actually with the Canucks at the moment. He'll be here soon, I guess. But with the age of the internet, like video and Zoom and all that, you can do a lot of stuff by that. But Rick Tocchet, like here he is, Philadelphia Flyers. He was born on April 9th, 1964, so he's 58 years old in Scarborough, Ontario. Drafted by the Philadelphia Flyers, 121st overall in the 1983 entry draft. And he did play for the Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds, right? And all-time playing record is 1,000 in 44 games played. He had 440 goals, 512 assists, and a total of 952 points. And he was a plus 84. So he's an all-around good player. And penalty minutes, he had just under 3,000, 2,974 penalty minutes. And he was a member of the 1987 Canada Cup. When Canada won, you may recall the video. Just search 1987 Canada Cup, and you're going to see Gretzky to Lemieux. He was a member of that team. And also 1987, led by Ron Hextall, they went to the Stanley Cup Finals with the Philadelphia Flyers, and they lost in Game 7 to the Edmonton Oilers in Edmonton, in one of the most famous games ever for a Game 7. It was a classic game. It was 3-2, and Ron Hextall, he was the outstanding goaltender for the Philadelphia Flyers, and he won the Conn Smythe Trophy that year on a losing team. And I don't think it's happened since, right? It hasn't happened that many times in history. So that's the thoughts. So we have to give Rick the benefit of the doubt. Like he didn't choose to come into this situation, but like I said, like last time and like yesterday and today, it's just the way it was done. The proper way would have been to do it is when this team was starting to slide a bit, they should have said, look, Bruce, we're going to make a change. We're going to bring like a Mike Yeo in for the interim, but no, they just let him hung out to dry, right? So please like and subscribe. Please share this video and let me know in your comments, do you think the Canucks did handle this right? This video, I'm just going to upload it. The first video we did a live stream uploading. We did like a instant premiere. We had a bit of a chat. We had 8 people in the chat at one time. It was great. But I think for this one, I'm just gonna upload it. And like I said, I'm not sure if I'm gonna do these videos every day. But I do have a better setup now in the in my living room now. It's on my bar table. So yeah, please like and subscribe and share this video, and check out my other YouTube videos too. It's a lot of fun doing these videos. We're going to do Royals reviews. You've seen the Shannon reactions and the dash cam videos. But I think this is going to be a lot of fun going forward. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate everyone that watches this channel. Thank you so much.